Eli Mercer gripped the handles of his cleaning cart and shoved it through the hangar corridor's emergency seal. Sirens blared overhead, red lights pulsing like a heartbeat. Lockdown protocols screamed for evacuation, but a spill report blinked on his wristpad. Cargo cradle breach, fluid everywhere. Routine maintenance. He ignored the comms chatter demanding all non-essentials clear out. The corridor stretched dim and cavernous. Crates toppled like fallen giants. A low growl rumbled from the shadows ahead. Eli froze. There, wedged in the shattered remains of a cargo cradle, crouched Vesha Kaur, the alien detainee. Station gossip called her a beast. 7 feet of rippling muscle, obsidian fur matted with coolant slime, claws like scythes that had shredded 3 security drones. Her golden eyes locked on him, nostrils flaring. Eli's hand twitched toward the alarm baton on his belt. One tap, and containment teams swarmed. But her ears flattened, not in attack, but exhaustion. Tremors shook her frame. Shock, maybe?
He set the mop handle down slow, palms out. No sudden moves.
She snarled, lips peeling back from fangs longer than his fingers. Eli didn't flinch.
He rummaged in his cart supply bin, pulled a thermal blanket, standard issue for cryo-hall mishaps, and a sealed water bottle. He slid them across the deck plating, careful not to kick up sparks from the leaking cradle hydraulics. The item stopped a meter from her paws. Easy, he murmured, voice steady as polishing bulkheads. Yours if you want 'em. Vesha's gaze flipped to the offerings. She didn't lunge. Eli backed away step by deliberate step, cart rattling behind him. 10 paces. 20. Her head lifted, tracking him. Then she unfolded from the cradle blanket clutched in one claw, bottle pierced by a fang. She prowled forward, silent despite her bulk. Eli halted at the corridor bulkhead. No exit till he keyed override. Vesha closed the gap. Her hot breath washed his legs. He braced. Instead of ripping him apart, she pressed her massive head against his knee. Gentle pressure, like a dog seeking pets. Her rumble shifted from growl to purr, vibrating through his boots. Footsteps pounded from the far hatch. "Get down!" Chief Arden Rook burst through, stun rifle raised, flanked by 4 armored officers. Their weapons snapped up, sights glowing red on Vesha.
She didn't budge. Ignored the guns.
Kept her head planted on Eli's knee, golden eyes half-lidded. "Stand clear, Janitor," Rook barked. "She's a class. 4 predator. 1 twitch, we light her up. She's not twitching. She's cold."
Thirsty. I gave her a blanket.
Rook's jaw tightened. "You breached lockdown. For cleaning supplies?" Spill needed mopping. Eli nodded at the cradle ooze, spreading toward the power conduits, and she needed those more. Vesha's paw flexed, claws scraping deck but not gouging. Her purr deepened when Eli stayed put. "Detain the asset," Rook ordered. Officers advanced, prods humming. Vesha exploded upright. Not at them, at the air. She wheeled, slamming a shoulder into the nearest crate, curling it like scrap. Officers dove. Rook fired a stun bolt. It crackled off her fur, harmless. She ignored it, whirling back to Eli, body shielding him. "Cease fire!" Eli yelled. He stepped forward, hand out. "Vesha. Easy." Her ears perked at her name. She sank low, head bumping his palm again. Trust. Instant. Animal deep. Rook lowered his rifle a fraction. "How the hell?" Satu Imani said, striding in behind the team. The Xenopsych liaison tapped her tablet, eyes on Vesha's posture. Core species imprints on the first non-hostile contact post-trauma. Mercer's approach triggered pack bonding.
She's claiming him as Alpha.
"Alpha," Rook spat. "It's a killer. Protocols demand isolation."
Imani knelt at a safe distance, scanning.
"Protocols based on fear, not data. Observe. 0 aggression toward Mercer. Defensive only against threats to him." Eli scratched Vesha's ear ridge. Experimental. She leaned in, rumbling approval. Her fur felt like warm steel wool, tough but yielding under care. "She's stable," Eli said. "Let me finish the spill." "Keep her calm." Rook's calm buzzed. Captains online. Political fallout, council screaming about liability.
Separate them now. Officers grabbed Eli's arms.
Vesha surged. Claws flashed, slicing harnesses clean off without drawing blood.
They scrambled back. Stand down.
Imani snapped. Force separation risks rampage. Bonds her anchor. Eli knelt beside Vesha, murmuring nonsense about deck polish. She settled, tongue rasping his sleeve in thanks. Rook holstered his rifle. "Mercer, you're on leash duty. Imani, document every second. 1 slip, we vent the corridor." Hours blurred. Eli mopped the spill, Vesha shadowing him like a massive guard dog. She hauled debris with one paw, crates he strained over solo. When a loose panel sparked, she pinned it flat, sparing him burns. Aliens in adjacent bays peeked through viewports, whispers rippling, "The beast serves the cleaner?" Station life ground on. Eli's rounds took twice as long, with Vesha trailing, but vents stayed spotless. Conduits clear. She fetched tools from high shelves, her reach unmatched. He shared ration bars. She nibbled delicately, saving half for him. Rook monitored from security nest feeds live. Impossible. Humans aren't pack leaders. Imani cross-checked behaviors. Core value steady dominance. Mercer's calm outshines armed bluster. Data's rewriting the playbook. Panicked brood. Crew filed complaints. Beast invents. Council reps demanded quarantine. Rook faced a review board hologram.
Chief, your containment failed. A suit droned. Replaced it with better. Rook countered.
He patched in Eli's feed. Vesha curled by his cart, head on his boot, station humming efficient. Imani presented scans, bond metrics, 98% stability. Incidents dropped 40% since imprint. Human empathy bridges predator instincts. Eli wiped to grate, Vesha's paw steadying the ladder. A junior tech froze at the sight. Vesha chuffed, nosed a dropped wrench to his feet. The tech blinked, picked it up. Thanks. Word spread. Crew tested edges, tossed her a rag. She polished a panel flawless. Fear cracked. Board reconvened. Evidence compels policy shift. Provisional. Mercer Vesha pairing under observation. Rook signed off. Janitor saves our asses again. Eli paused mid-scrub, Vesha's head heavy on his shoulder. Her purr vibrated contentment. Small kindness. Blanket. Water. Station rules bent. Trust forged in coolant slime. But council whispers lingered. What if the bond breaks? Vesha's eyes snapped open at a distant clang. Intruder alert in the outer docks. She rose, claws flexing, ready to defend her pack. Eli grabbed his mop. Let's go check it. Stun batons hummed to life as the security squad stormed the hangar. Boots pounded grated deck. Shouts echoed off bulkheads.
Containment now!
Beast inbound. Vesha exploded from the cargo crate. Her tawny fur bristled. Claws scraped sparks from the deck. 8 feet of muscle and fangs lunged at the flashing lights. Eli Mercer stood by his mop bucket, 10 paces away. He froze his swing mid-arc. Hands rose slow. Palms out. Empty. No threat. The squad fanned out. Helmets swiveled. Target acquired. Non-lethal spread. Vesha wheeled. Her golden eyes skipped the armored figures. Locked on Eli, the quiet one. Steady breath. No shout, no glare. She bounded forward. Squad rifles snapped up. But she vaulted past them, slammed to a halt behind Eli.
Her bulk pressed his back. Hot breath huffed his neck.
One paw clamped his shoulder. Gentle, testing. Stand down, Chief Ardenrook bellowed from the hatch. His visor gleamed under red alert strobes. Mercer, step aside. That's a core predator. Imprint risk high.
Eli didn't budge. Vesha's weight pinned him.
Her growl rumbled through his spine, aimed at the squad. Not him. Easy, he murmured. Voice level. Lights down, Chief. She spooked. Rook advanced. Squad held fire. Protocol, Janitor. Vesha's claws flexed. Scraped his jumpsuit, not skin. Trusting anchor. Eli nodded to the squad leader. Lower the beams. Voices soft, like herding cats in 0G. Walked forward 1 step. Slow. Vesha mirrored. Paws matched his boots. Body shielded his flank. Squad hesitated. Rook keyed his comm. Imani, Hangar 2, Psyche Val Stat. Vesha flowed beside him, shoulder to shoulder. Her tail flicked, brushing his leg. Squad trailed at distance. Clear the path, Eli called back. No yell. Firm. No surges. She's picking pack now. A junior guard tripped his light higher. Vesha snarled. Fur spiked. Down! Eli snapped at the guard. Lights blind her. Shouting spikes adrenaline. Lower 'em.
The squad complied. Beams dimmed.
Voices hushed. Vesha's ears perked. She nudged Eli's elbow. Forward. They moved. Corridor stretched empty ahead. Vesha's pad silent now, mirroring his even pace. Alarms whooped distant. Station chatter spiked on Eli's earpiece. Core beast loose. Evac sectors 4 through 7. Footsteps thundered from a cross passage. Armed guards surged. Rifles leveled.
Halt. Detain the threat.
Vesha planted. Blocked the corridor. Haunches bunched for leap. Guards skidded. Fingers twitched triggers. Eli stepped between. Hands still up. Hold. She's with me. No shots. Rook shoved through his squad. Mercer, your containment breach. Step off. Vesha's paw hooked Eli's belt, pulled him back. Her body walled the passage. Growl vibrated the deck. Chief, Eli said. Calm. She's locked. Force it. We got a rampage. Rook's jaw tightened under his visor.
Imani.
Talk me down.
Dr. Sato Imani's voice crackled over open comm.
Calm mediator tone. Scans show stress pheromones dropping near Mercer. Instinctual bond forming. Interrupt risks fight response. Guards shifted. Rifles dipped fractionally. Eli sank to the deck. Crossed legs. Sat still. Here, girl. Settle. Vesha eyed him. Sniffed his hand. Then dropped. Her massive frame folded across his lap. Weight-crushed breath from his chest. Head on his knee.
Purr started. Deep engine rumble. Guards gaped.
Rook froze. What the hell? Bond, Imani patched in. Core species imprints on first stable contact. Mercer's non-aggression triggered it. Vital stable. No attack vectors. Vesha's eyes half-lidded. Claws sheathed. Tail curled around Eli's boot. Eli stroked her ear. Fur soft as chamois. Water stations ahead. Thirsty? She chuffed. Nosed his palm. Rook holstered his baton. Mercer, you're babysitting a legend. One slip. Got it routine, Eli said. Shifted under her bulk. Like unclogging vents, steady winds.
Imani arrived minutes later. Tablet glowed.
Bond metrics climbing. 72% already. Recommend Mercer escort to holding. Observed pairing. Rook scowled. Policy says quarantine. Policy bent for data, Imani countered. Watch.
Eli rose slow. Vesha flowed up beside.
Matched stride. They walked. Squad trailed wary. Holding bay gleamed sterile. Vesha balked at the door. Growled at the force field hum. Eli grabbed a blanket from his cart. Draped it over the frame. Muffled the buzz. Better? She patted in. Circled once. Curled by his feet. Hours ticked. Eli wiped grates. Vesha's paw steadied his ladder. No incidents. Crew whispers spread. A tech dropped a wrench. Froze. Vesha nosed it to his feet. Picked up with jaws. Polished on fur. Tech blinked. Thanks? Next shift. Complaints flooded. Beast in vents. But scans showed nothing. Rook faced the review board hologram. Suits droned from core worlds. Chief, containment failed. Vesha by his cart.
Head on boot. Station hummed.
Imani presented. Bond at 98%. Incidents down 40%. Human empathy rewires predator drive.
Council murmured. Evidence compels shift.
Provisional pairing. Observation only. Rook signed off. Muttered to Eli later. Janitor saves asses again.
Eli scrubbed a panel. Vesha's head weighed his shoulder.
Purr thrummed. Small things chained her. Blanket. Water bowl he filled steady. Calm voice in chaos. Station rules flexed. Crew tossed rags her way. She polished flawless.
Fear thawed.
But council whispers lingered. Bond breaks. Vesha's eyes snapped at a clang. Outer docks, intruder alert. She rose. Claws flexed. Flanked Eli. He grabbed mop. Let's check it. They moved. Vesha low, scanning vents. Eli keyed his pass. Docks loomed dark. Klaxons wailed. Breach confirmed. Unknown vessel. Shadows shifted. Figures in vac suits pried a hatch.
Saboteurs.
Vesha lunged silent.
Peened one. Fangs at throat.
Ellie swung mop handle.
Cracked another's helmet seal. Atmosphere hissed. Station security, Rook's voice boomed. Squad poured in. The intruder froze under Vesha. Mercy. She glanced Eli.
Waited. Secure 'em, Eli said.
No kills. Vesha dragged him to guards.
Dropped at boots. Rook uffed the pair. Stared. Bond held under fire.
Imani nodded.
Metrics off charts. Recommend permanent integration. Crew cheered from vents. Techs clapped. A junior handed Vesha a treat stick. She crunched polite. Eli leaned on mop. Vesha leaned heavier. Pack solid. Council feed pinged. Policy update. Approved. Rules rewritten. 1 janitor's kindness. 1 beast's trust. But docks echoed another clang. Deeper breach. Vesha growled. Ears forward. Eli gripped tighter. Onward. Eli gripped the access panel's edge and yanked it open. The maintenance bay yawned dark and dusty beyond. Vesha's claws scraped the deck behind him, her breath hot gusts against his calves.
Safer than the hold.
She ducked low, shoulders hunched, eyes flicking to shadows. 8 feet of coiled muscle and fangs. Yet she followed without a lunge. Station alarms still echoed faint from her intake. Predator species. Uncontainable threat. Vesha slunk inside. Her tail lashed once, testing air.
Eli stepped after, palmed the door control.
Lock engaged with a solid thunk. Just them now. No guards banging outside. Yet, he scanned the space. Unused for cycles, racks of old conduits, foam pads stacked in corners, drop cloths bundled from last scrub. Perfect. Claim this, Eli said. He dragged a pallet over, piled foam pads 2 deep. Vesha watched, ears twitching forward. Eli shook out drop cloths, layered them thick. Soft barrier against cold deck plating. He tugged spare janitor uniforms from his belt pouch, gray synth fleece, still sealed. Shredded them into padding with his utility knife. Quick work. Nest took shape, wide-walled low facing the door. Vesha circled it once.
Sniffed, padded in.
Curled tight, filling the space like she owned it. Eli nodded. Good spot. Footsteps thudded outside. Heavy boots. Security cadence. Vesha's head snapped up. Claws flexed against foam. Down. Eli tapped the deck twice with his boot. Firm rhythm. No shout. She froze. Held. He slid a ration bar from his pocket. Alien-grade protein. Bland as paste. Held it out. Waited. Vesha's nostrils flared. She eased forward, inch by inch. Took it gentle between fangs. Crunched slow. Door panel buzzed. Mercer. Open up. Chief Rook, now.
Eli tapped the floor again. Vesha sank back.
Eli hit the release. Chief Arden Rook filled the frame. Stun baton live. 2 guards flanking. Containment breach. Step away from the beast.
She's settled, Eli said. Flat.
No argument. Nest protocol. Works. Rook's eyes narrowed on Vesha. Coiled, but still. Protocols say isolation cell. Xenop Psych cleared her for termination if unstable. Dr. Sato Imani pushed past a guard, tablet glowing. Scans show elevated stress, but no aggression markers.
Yeah.
Vesha shifted. Growled low. Footsteps echoed down the corridor again. Crew shift change. Vesha rose fluid. Slid between Eli and the door. Hackles up, fangs bared at the shadows. Guards leveled batons. Rook barked. Back. Wait. Eli tapped the floor. Sharp. Vesha held position. Stared them down. Crew voices faded. No threat. Imani tapped her tablet. Defensive posture. Protective. Directed at him. She's mirroring, Eli said. Tap and wait. Food after.
Rook holstered his baton. Slow.
You're janitor, Mercer, not handler. Cleaned worse spills. Eli met his gaze. Give it 12 hours. Log it. Imani nodded. Trial basis. Metrics live. They backed out. Door locked. Vesha leaned into Eli's leg. Heavy. Warm. Trust weight. Next shift, Eli filled the water bowl. Steady pour, no splash. Set it by the nest. Tapped floor. Vesha waited.
Took a lap, tongue rough rasp on metal.
Crew whispers filtered through vents. That thing's with the mop guy? Fear laced every word. Her species raised colonies, legendary. 1 survivor, detained here for study. Branded beast. Eli ignored it. Scrubbed the bay floor around her nest. Vesha polished a conduit with a rag he tossed. Flawless shine, no claws gouging alloy. Footsteps, faster this time. Panic edge. Vesha flanked him instant. Low growl vibrated the deck. Stand down. Rook again, squad bigger. Imani trailed, urgent, alert from council. Rook snapped, panic reports.
Separate her now, or we trank.
Eli tapped floor. Vesha held. Nest works. See? Imani knelt cautious.
Extended scanner. Vesha allowed it. Eeped green.
Bond metrics spiking. Oxytocin analogs off charts. She's imprinted. Imprinted. Rook gripped baton. On a human? First non-threat, Imani said. His calm. Routine care. Rewires predator instinct. Crew gathered at the door slit. A tech tossed a rag Vesha's way. She caught it midair. Polished her water bowl. Spotless. Murmurs shifted. She listens to him. Vesha crunched a treat stick. A junior slid in.
Polite snaps.
Eli leaned on his mop. Vesha pressed closer. Pack solid. Council feed pinged Imani's tablet. Policy review. Flex for trial integration. Rook exhaled. One breach, Mercer, and it's over. Door sealed. Quiet returned. Eli adjusted the nest cloths. Vesha settled deeper.
Outer docks clanged. Sharp wrong.
Intruder alert wailed. Vesha rose. Claws flexed. Flanked Eli tight. He grabbed his mop. Let's check it. They moved. Her low, scanning vents. Him, keying, pass. Docks loomed dark. Claxons peaked. Breach confirmed. Unknown vessel. Shadows shifted. Vague-suited figures prod a hatch. Saboteurs. Vesha lunged silent. Pinned one. Fangs hovered at throat seal. Held. Eli swung mop handle. Cracked another's helmet. Hiss of escaping Atmo. Station security, Rook boomed. Squad poured in. The pinned intruder whimpered. Mercy. Vesha glanced Eli. Waited. Secure him, Eli said. No kills. She dragged the saboteur to guards. Dropped him at boots. Rook cuffed them. Stared hard. Imani nodded. Metrics confirm.
Recommend permanent. Crew cheered from vents.
Tex clapped. A junior tossed Vesha another stick. Crunch. Eli leaned on mop. Vesha leaned heavier. Council pinged. Approved. Rules updated. But deeper docks echoed another clang. Vesha growled. Ears forward. Onward. Eli wiped sweat from his brow. The mop handle still slick in his palms. The squad hauled the saboteurs away, but that clang lingered in his ears. Too rhythmic. Too deliberate. Not random debris. Vesha's nostrils flared wide. She scanned the hatch seals, claws tracing faint scratches. Old ones? New? Stay close, Eli said. He tapped the deck. Signal for alert mode. She nodded once. Human style, impossible as it looked on her muzzle. Rook lingered, baton holstered but thumb on the switch. You vouch for her in a full breach? Seen enough. Eli shouldered past. Nest protocols, saved the day. Trust the mop. Imani synced her tablet to station logs. On data uploaded. Council's rewriting containment for all high-threat detainees. Your methods, Mercer towels, patience, taps.
Baseline now. Crew tech slapped Eli's back as he passed.
Janitor saves station. Who's the beast? Vesha huffed. Positioned at his flank? Protective shadow. Back in the bay, Eli reinforced the nest, extra foam from a scrapped pad. Vesha helped, dragging cloths with her jaws. Precise. He filled the bowl fresh. Tapped floor. She waited. Drank. Footsteps approached, soft, hesitant. A young ensign peeked in. For the pack? Rags? Vesha took them gentle. Polished a scuff on Eli's boot. Ensign grinned. Lights died. The maintenance bay plunged into black. Vesha snarled low. Her claws scraped the deck as she coiled toward the hatch.
Easy. Eli tapped her flank twice. Hold position.
She froze. Muscles quivered under his palm. Intercom crackled. Mercer, stand clear. Beast comes out leashed or tranquid. Your call. Rook's voice. Steel hard. Eli ignored it. He groped along the bulkhead. Found the emergency crank box. Yanked the handle free. Metal bit his gloves as he spun it hard. Gears whined. Red emergency strips flickered on overhead. Dim glow painted Vesha's scales in bloody hues. She huffed. Eased back to his side.
Nostrils tested the air.
Power's back, Eli said into the nearest panel. Calm. Routine, like fixing a leaky faucet. She steady. Silence. Then boots thumped outside. Heavy. Armed. Vesha's ears pinned flat. She pressed against Eli's leg. Not cowering, bracing.
Open up, Mercer.
Rook barked. That's an order. Eli wiped sweat from his brow. Mop handle leaned nearby, still damp from earlier.
He grabbed it, tapped the deck once. Calm signal.
Vesha's tail stilled. Not yet. Eli keyed the intercom. Give it an hour. I'll show you live feed. Safe handling. Cameras here. Hatch rattled.
Someone tested the lock. Vesha growled.
Deep rumble vibrated Eli's boot. Down, Eli murmured. Hand on her crest. She sank to haunches, eyes locked on the hatch. Footsteps retreated. Faint, a new voice cut in. Imani's? Precise. Sato Imani. Xenopsych. Uploading translation prompts now.
Test her response. Vocal commands through you.
Eli's wrist cone buzzed. Data scrolled. Pack Alpha hold. Flank guard. Nest secure. Got it. He crouched by Vesha. Scratched under her jaw. Reward tap. Vesha. Guard, she chuffed. Circled once, settled at the nest edge. Claws sheathed. Camera drone hummed from its ceiling mount. Red light blinked on. Recording, Imani said. Chief Rook's watching. Say the prompts. Clear. Eli nodded to the lens. Nessa secure. He tapped the foam pile. Vesha nosed it, patted a rag flat with one paw. Precise.
Eli paced the bay's edge. She rose.
Matched his steps. Shadowed perfect, no gap over a meter. Alpha hold. He stopped abrupt. Raised a hand. Vesha halted. Forehead dipped to his knuckles. Waited. Imani's voice sharpened. Remarkable. Instinct lock confirmed. No aggression markers. Rook, you seeing this? Grunt over the line. Tricks. She's playing him. Data says otherwise, Imani countered. Bond metrics off charts. Human baseline care. Taps routines. Rewired her threat response. Eli refilled the water bowl. Sloshed it steady. Vesha drank without lifting eyes from the hatch. See? Eli said. 1 hour. Full demo. No shots. No panic. Rook's breath hissed. Drone feed to council. 1 slip. We gassed the bay. Deal. Eli hung the mop. Polished a scuff on Vesha's scale with his sleeve. She leaned in.
Drone word closer. Captured it all.
Minutes ticked. Eli inventoried tools. Ratchet set. Sealant gun. Routine kept hands busy. Vesha mirrored. Dragged a loose panel into place. Jaws gentle on edges. Intercom pinged. Crews spooked, Rook said. Logs show her species ripped a freighter crew apart. Bare claws. Eli glanced at Vesha. She polished his boot again. Ensign's rags clutched soft. That was starvation, Imani interjected. No nest. No alpha. Mercer's protocols mimic pack structure. Works. Vesha's ears twitched at alpha.
Insistent.
Flank, he said. They walked the bay perimeter. Drone trailed. Outside murmurs grew. Boots shuffled.
A junior tech whispered loud. Janitor's got the beast on a leash? With mop water? Eli ignored.
Focused on Vesha's gait. Smooth now. No tension hunch. Half-hour mark. Hatch controls beeped. Partial open. Crack for line of sight. Rook's silhouette filled it. Baton gloater ready.
Demo's good, Mercer. But Council wants her in cryo hold.
Politics. Sponsors pulling strings. Vesha stiffened. Lips curled. Steady. Eli tapped twice. She exhaled slow. Not happening.
Eli stepped forward. Calm block.
Nests here. Protocols work. Tested proper. Imani's face appeared on a portable screen thrust through the gap. Better than trank darts. Rook's jaw tightened. 1 breach, station riots. No breach. Watch. He tossed a rag toward the hatch. Casual arc. Vesha snatched it midair, returned it to Eli's palm. Gentle drop. Crew gasped outside. Pack service, Eli said. Shrugged. Normal. Rook holstered the baton. Slow. 15 more. Then, decision. Drone feed spiked, views climbing station-wide. Eli nodded. Turned back to nest. Vesha helped stack fresh padding. Her claws trimmed foam edges clean. Imani spoke soft over private channel. Your calm's the key, Mercer. She's rewriting fear logs real time. Vesha paused, nuzzled Eli's hand. Tongue rasped once, gratitude flick. He scratched her crest. Good guard. Hatch crack widened. Ensign from before peaked. Held a tray, scraps, protein bars. For the pack, Vesha took 1 bar, crunched polite. Left the rest for Eli. Crew shatter shifted. Laughter edged in. Rook cleared throat. Data's holding. But sponsors. Alarm blared.
Station-wide. Red lights pulse.
Hull breach sector 7. Sabotage repeat. Vesha bolted up. Claws out. Flanked Eli instant. Rook spun. Mercer, lockdown. She's with you. Containment waved. Move. Eli grabbed mop and toolkit. Nest protocols. On me. Vesha surged ahead. Cleared path. Crew parted wide. Fear flipped to follow. They hit the corridor running. Drone trailed, broadcasting live. Station shook. Clangs echoed. Deliberate again. Eli tapped deck. Alert mode. Vesha roared once. Not rage, rally. Crew echoed. Janitor's beast. Clear the way. Rook fell in behind. Baton drawn, but eyes on Vesha's back. Respect flicker. Imani synced maps. Breach at old cargo lock. Your lead, Mercer. Eli shouldered through. Vesha scouted corners. Nose high, they reached the gash. Sparks flew. Shadowy figure scrambled. Same saboteur tats. Vesha charged. Leapt. Pinned the lead one gentle. Jaws on shoulder, no tear. Eli slapped sealant over the hull crack. Fast patches. Crew swarmed in. Secured the rest. Saboteur leader spat. That thing's tame? Impossible. Vesha huffed. Dragged him to Rook's feet. Dropped. Rook cuffed him. Stared at Eli. Nest protocols. Baseline now. Station-wide. Council feed chimed approval. Rules shifted live. Back in bay. Power hummed full. Nest reinforced double. Vesha curled around it. Eli's boot her pillow. Real rations. For the pack.
Rook lingered at hatch. Open.
You're her alpha, Mercer. Station. Eli gripped his mop handle tighter as Rook's words hung in the bay. Vesha's ear twitched beside him. Her massive frame coiled around the reinforced nest. Ensigns hovered at the hatch, trays balanced.
Shift starts now, Eli said. He tapped Vesha's shoulder.
Up. Night route. She rose fluid, jaws parting in a huff that scattered the ensigns back a step. Rook watched, baton still holstered. Nest. Protocols hold. Report anomalies. Eli nodded once. Grabbed 2 sealed waste bins from the stack. Carry these, no opening. Follow. Vesha snatched the bins in one paw each. Claws retracted full. She matched his stride out the hatch, head low, scanning corridors. Drones buzzed overhead, feeds live across the station. Whispers rippled from vents, crew peeking. First stop. Maintenance deck Alpha. Eli punched the panel. Door hissed. Overflow bin waited, lid clamped. He pointed. Dump here.
Seal after.
Vesha complied. Bins thudded into the chute.
Paul pressed the cycle button.
No peek.
Eli checked the log. Clean.
They moved. Corridor 2. Hydroponics overflow.
Sticky sludge seeped from a cracked line.
Vesha halted when Eli raised one open palm. She froze mid-step, nostrils flaring at the scent. Wait, Eli said. Voice even. He knelt, toolkit out. Vesha's shadow engulfed him, but she held. Deck 3. Engineering scraps. Metal shavings glittered under lights. Vesha hauled the fresh bins without a scrape. Crew techs flattened against bulkheads. One dropped a spanner. Vesha's eyes flicked. Ignored it. Full route looped back to Bay 12. No incidents. Eli logged the run. Vesha dropped the empties precise at his feet. Sot. Waited. Good, Eli said. Palm up again. She stilled. Alert pinged his wrist pad. Spill in galley sublevel. On me. They descended. Galley hatch buckled open to a mess. Nutrient paste splattered walls. Floor slick. A cookbot whirred helpless in the center. Treads gummed. Eli assessed. Breathe slow. Match me. E inhaled deep. Chest rising steady. Exhaled. In. Out. Mop dipped in bucket. Scrubbed a section clean. Vesha crouched. Chest rose. Fell. Rose. Fell. Slower each cycle.
Per huff synced to his rhythm. Pace lifted under the mop.
She watched. Paws flexed once. Still. Bot beeped gratitude as Eli freed it. Floor gleamed. Vesha huffed approval, tongue flicking a stray glob off her claw. No lunge. Eli stood, palm up. Vesha rose smooth. They exited galley. Corridors hummed quieter now. Night shift thin. Eli's boots echoed. Vesha's pad silent. Dock worker voices ahead. Rough. 4 figures blocked the junction. Coverall stained, tools slung aggressive.
Hey, Janitor! Lead one barked. Burly Krell. Horns chipped.
That beast on rounds? Station's gone soft.
Eli kept walking. Clear the way.
They didn't. Second dock worker sneered, wrench tapping palm.
Heard it, mauled saboteurs. What's it do when we say no?
Stepped forward. Test it.
Alpha, my ass.
Eli stopped, palm half raised. Vessa surged. Not charge. Step. She planted between Eli and the group. Massive bulk filled the corridor. Jaws shut tight. No teeth. Eyes locked on the lead Krell. Chest rose slow Li's rhythm. Huff escaped calm. Dockworkers froze. Wrench clattered. Back off, he muttered to his crew. They shuffled aside. Vesha held position, unmoved.
Eli sidestepped her. Route's clear.
Move on. Whispers trailed. It guarded him. No growl. Vesha fell in behind Eli now. Flank watch. He logged the block as resolved, no escalation. Back at bay. Nest lights glowed soft. Vesha curled immediate, chin on the fresh mat. Eli stowed gear. Wrist pad chimed. Rook. Report. Route complete. Spill handled. Pause. Dispersed how? Vesha positioned. Calm hold. Rook grunted. Footage confirms.
Imani's en route. Council wants demo.
Eli wiped his hands. Nest secure? Affirm.
Pack rations. Incoming.
Hatch cycled.
Dr. Imani entered, tablet glowing. Slim frame, eyes sharp behind lenses. Vesha's head lifted. Assessed. Lowered. Mercer, Imani said. Behavior baseline? Steady. Task compliance full. De-escalated without force. Imani knelt at nest edge. Scanned Vesha's vitals. Predator imprint locked. Your cues anchor her. Palm signal universal stop. Breathing sync stress reduction. Vesha huffed, nudged Imani's tablet gentle aside. Imani smiled fainted. Trust transfer. Station protocols shift tomorrow. Sponsored detainees get handlers. Eli nodded. Nest protocols first. Drone feed chimed station-wide. Replay looped. Vesha hauling bins. Stopping on palm. Guarding silent.
Crew chatter flooded comms. These mops now?
Laughter mixed with awe. Rook appeared at hatch. Crossed arms. Mercer. Alpha status official. Vesha's your shadow. Full access. Eli glanced at her. Ear perked his way. One shift at a time. Imani synced data. Xenopsych approves. Fear metrics down 40%. Bond data. Gold mine. Vesha rose partial. Nosed Eli's toolkit, insistent. Tomorrow's route, he said. Palm down. She settled. Council feed pinged approval. Nest protocols station-wide. Handler certified via Mercer model. Rook holstered baton full. Impossible turned policy.
Your calm did it. Eli shrugged.
Grabbed rations tray. Divided shares. Vesha tore into hers precise. Pack 8. Corridor cams caught it all. Galaxy's terror did janitorial rounds like normal, and the station watched. Rules cracking open. Next ping. Fresh spill upper decks. Eli tapped Vesha. Up. Pack moved. But whispers grew. Not all crew bought in. Dockside enforcers massed. Rumors of petition. Separate the beast before it snaps. Eli logged the alert. Vesha scouted ahead. Her huff echoed rally. Station held breath. A scream ripped through the dockside concourse. Eli froze mid-step. Vesha halted ahead, ears flattening. Passengers scattered from the cargo lanes, eyes locked on her hulking form. The screamer, a wide-eyed Lauren trader, jabbed her comm. Beast! Predator breach. Red lights flashed, emergency klaxons wailed. Riot drones poured from ceiling vents, 20 humming spheres arming stun grids. They swarmed the lanes, locking on Vesha's heat signature.
Eli dropped his palm flat. Sit stay.
Vesha's massive frame pivoted. She ducked behind a service pillar, haunches folding precise. Her yellow eyes tracked him, unblinking. Drones buzzed closer, grids crackling. Passengers bolted for hatches. Eli strode forward alone, boots steady on graded deck. No run. No shout. Routine fix. Chief Rook's voice boomed from overhead speakers.
All units, target the core. Stun protocols active.
Non-lethals only. Thumbed his custodian override. Panel hissed open. Drones hovered 10 meters back, grids glowing blue. Vesha shifted behind the pillar. A low huff escaped her. Drones pivoted, as one. Fire on my mark, Rook barked. Muzzles aligned. Eli slammed the override sequence. Circuits whined, but Vesha's claw scraped metal. Audible ping. Mark. Stun bolts lanced forward. Eli lunged between them and the pillar. Bolts sizzled his coveralls, heat-searing shoulder. He twisted the final toggle. Drones dropped like stones, clattering across deck. Silence crashed in. Only heavy breaths. Rook stormed from security kiosk, baton drawn. 4 guards flanked him. Rifles up. Mercer, step aside. That's a containment breach. Eli straightened, smoke curling from his sleeve. Blisters throbbed, but he planted feet. Drones off, threat cleared. Vesha rose slow from cover. 600 kilos of corded muscle, fangs glinting, guards tensed.
Down!
Rook snapped. She didn't lunge. Ears flicked to Eli. He turned, palm out, touched her shoulder warm hide under coarse fur, pointed to medbay hatch across concourse. Now. Vesha dipped her head, padded forward, steps measured, passed within arm's reach of guards. No snap. No growl. Slid through hatch like shadow. Rook's baton lowered an inch. How? Eli shrugged. Nest protocols. She listens. Dr. Imani pushed through the crowd, tablet glowing.
Stand down, Chief. Vital stable.
No aggression markers. Passengers peeked from hiding spots. Whispers spread. Janitor stopped it. Beast obeyed. Dockside enforcers clustered at far bulkhead, 10 burly figures in petition sashes. Their leader, a scarred Vexari, snarled. We saw breach. Separate them now. Eli ignored them, grabbed his toolkit, headed for medbay hatch. Rook blocked path. Mercer, explain. One scream, drones deploy, and you play shepherd? Practical care. Eli met his eyes. She scouts spills, clears paths, no mess, no panic. Imani synced feeds. Look, drone logs. Vesha scouted ahead per route. Passenger startled her. No pursuit. Eli's override saved property damage. Enforcers shoved forward. Vexari leader thrust a datapad. Petition filed. Beast snaps eventually. Isolated. Vesha's huff echoed from medbay. Low rumble. Not threat.
Eli stepped inside.
Found her seated by exam slab, tongue rasping a shallow flank gash from drone graze. He pulled medkit. Dabbed antiseptic. She leaned into touch, eyes half-lidded. Rook followed. Guards hesitant at threshold. Imani trailed.
Bond metrics spiking. Trust transfer complete.
Enforcer leader barged in. This ends.
Council vote imminent. Eli bandaged without pause. Watch. Vesha settled fully, chin on pause. Imani projected hollow. Replay of incident. Vesha sit stay. Eli's intercept. Submission on touch. Fear metrics plummeted 60% station-wide. Crew chatter. Pack works. Rook holstered baton. Crossed arms. Dock unions funded.
Eli divided ration bar from his pocket.
Offered half to Vesha. She nipped gentle. Jaws precise. Chewed slow. Enforcers muttered. One filmed it. Council ping hit all comms.
Emergency session. Review Mercer Vesha protocols.
Vexari snarled. We'll bury you in testimony. Eli wiped hands. Tapped Vesha's flank. Up. Next spill. Upper decks. She surged feet. Towering over room. Enforcers backed step. But she nosed Eli's toolkit.
Waited.
Rook exhaled. Stubborn human. Fine. I'll testify. Imani nodded. Data doesn't lie. Bond's containment, not failure.
They exited medbay.
Passengers nodded Eli's way. A kid waved. Dock enforcers trailed at distance. Whispers shifted.
Janitor tamed the terror? Eli logged route update. Vesha scouted ahead again, huff steady.
No screens followed. Council feed updated live. Petition denied. Nest protocols expanded. Handlers train under Mercer. Rook clapped Eli's back. You turned policy inside out, with a palm signal. Eli shrugged. One shift at a time. Vesha perked ear his way. Pack pressed on. But enforcer leader lingered at docks. Calmed allies.
Not over. Beast hungers eventually.
Station cams caught the transmission. Eli's toolkit chimed. New alert. Sabotage spill, enforcer decks. Vesha growled soft. Ready. Eli tapped her.
Check it.
She bounded forward. Pack followed into shadow. Station rules bent further. But fractures lingered.
Dr. Imani flicked the holoprojector live.
Counselors, enforcers, watch Vesha Kaur respond to custodian Mercer's signals. Eli shifted in his seat at the admin hall's edge. The vast chamber buzzed with station brass, Vexari enforcers glaring from the front row. Vesha pressed warm against his leg, her breath steady huffs. She ignored the stares, eyes locked on the glowing screen. Footage rolled. Eli's voice crackled. Vesha, flank left, spill sector 7. Her massive form pivoted smooth, claws scraping deck without a mark. She sniffed the hazard, jaws parted precise, neutralized the toxin foam in seconds. No chase. No roar, just obedience. Murmurs rose. A Vexari snarled. Trick footage. She's luring him.
Imani paused the feed. Data logs confirm.
Heart rate stable. No aggression markers. Deportation risks panic migration. Her species imprints once. Eli's calm broke the lock. I propose custody. Mercer as primary handler under Station Law 14.6. Routine. Like signing for a new mop. Chief Rook leaned forward, arms crossed. Precedent sets danger. Lethal force stays protocol. Not after this. Imani cued next clip. Vesha nosed Eli's hand during a mock breach drill. Enforcers tensed. She sat. Waited his tap. Quiet approach works. Eli's method contains without sedation. Vexari leader slammed a fist. She's a predator. One slip. Station bleeds. Eli stood. Vesha rose with him. Towering 7 feet, spines flat along her back. Room gasped. He pulled the custody pad from Imani's outstretched hand. Thumbprint sealed it. Round the clock. I log shifts, vitals, routes. She's on my manifest now. Council head nodded. Approved. Provisional. Rook exhaled sharp. His comm pinged station-wide. All units. Scrap lethal on core class. Adopt Mercer's quiet approach. Palm signals, steady voice. No weapons drawn. Train under his demo. Enforcers muttered. Vexari stormed out. Eli tapped Vesha's shoulder. Heal. She dropped low, matching his stride as they exited to the public admin hall. Station eyes tracked them. Passengers, crew, hollow screens live streaming the verdict. The hall sprawled open, benches packed for the broadcast. Whispers hit Eli like static. That's the janitor. Beast on a leash? Vesha's tail flicked, ears perked at a kid's squeal nearby. Eli claimed a bench near the central dais. Paperwork done. He pulled his log slate, updated routes. Vesha circled once. Then she moved. Her front paws hit his knees.
Weight shifted.
She climbed. Claws retracted full, pad soft on his uniform. Eli froze mid-keystroke. Her bulk folded into his lap. 300 kilos of muscle and spine, curling like a pup. Head tucked under his chin. Eyes shut. Huff slowed to deep, rumbling snores. Silence crashed the hall. 100 faces stared. Comms froze. A dockhand dropped his tray. Clang echoed. Vesha's ear twitched. Settled deeper. Eli draped an arm over her flank. Casual. Stroked once. Continued logging. Admin hall clear. Nest secure. Rook arrived at the archway. Froze. Imani slipped beside him, scanner beeping soft. Imprint complete. No threat vectors. Kid from earlier edged closer. Mother yanked him back. But he waved. Eli nodded. Vesha's tail thumped once. Approval. Council feed blared. Vesha core cleared for nest protocols. Handlers trained via Mercer model. Claps. Scattered. Then built. Enforcers at the edges scowled, but held position. Eli felt her warmth seep through his shirt. Routine maintenance. One bond at a time. Vesha dreamed in his lap. Jaws parted gentle. No fangs bared. Toolkit chimed. New alert. Enforcer decks. Chem spill confirmed sabotage. Eli tapped her nose. She stirred. Eyes slit open. Growl built low. Up. We check it. She slid off smooth. Nosed his toolkit. Ready? Rook calmed in. Mercer. Lead team. Quiet approach. Eli stood. Pack formed behind. Imani, Rook, volunteers. Vesha scouted ahead, huff steady. Hall cleared a path. Nods followed. No fear.
Not anymore. They hit the enforcer decks fast.
Spill glowed toxic under emergency lights. Pipes slashed deliberate chem foam eating bulkheads. Vesha bounded in, sniffed perimeter.
Snapped at a shadow. Vexari thug bolted from a vent, vibro knife raised.
Beast dies. Eli palm signaled. Down. Vesha lunged, not kill. Pinned the enforcer flat, jaws locked on his arm. Precise. No blood. Rook cuffed him. Sabotage. You're done.
Imani scanned residue.
Planted to force deportation. Panic play. Vesha released on Eli's tap. Licked her chops. Nosed the spill. Jaws working, foam clean. Crew arrived with gear.
Eli directed, vent seals first. Log traces.
Rook clapped his shoulder. Policy's yours now.
Station-wide. Eli shrugged.
Keeps the decks shiny. Vesha bumped his hip. Pack pressed on, but Cams caught another shadow. Distant Vexari comm. Plan B. Isolate the handler. Eli's slate pinged anonymous tip. Watch your back, Janitor. She hungers for pack leads. He deleted it. Tapped Vesha. Scout double. Her spines rose. They moved into maintenance tunnels. Fractures deepened. Bond. Held. Station rules rewrote hourly. Eli wiped a smudge from his sleeve. One shift. Vesha growled approval. Deeper decks called. Alert spiked. Core access breach. Vexari signatures. Eli gripped toolkit. Go, she surged.
Pack followed. Trust bent steel.